Hey, this is Melanie with Midnight Screaming. This weekend I went to see the film I Saw the TV Glow, directed by Schoenbrun, starring Justice Smith and Brigette Lundy-Paine. This film had a distinct and mesmerizing visual style. It's a neon-infused daydream that pays tribute to the 90s teen shows that we know and love, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Are You Afraid of the Dark? It touches on the fear and the pain of going through your life without truly knowing yourself, or being understood, being too afraid to live authentically, and choosing to blend in with what you think you need to be. Owen is a young 7th grade boy who meets Maddie, a 9th grader, and they connect over the show The Pink O Pink, a Monster of the Week type show that comes on the Young Adult Network. Owen is not allowed to stay up late to watch the show, and he lies to his mom to sneak over to Maddie's house to watch the show with her. Owen and Maddie continue to watch the show as they age, but time starts moving quickly and slowly. Things just feel off. The show feels way too familiar to them, and they can't really explain why. Owen has an unexplained compulsion to be close to Maddie, to connect with her. Maddie tries to get Owen to run away with her, but Owen declines and Maddie disappears into the night. All that's left is a burning TV. Owen continues to age, with everything just feeling a little bit off, until finally a decade passes and Maddie shows up again, with the truth that he is not prepared to deal with. Once Owen is confronted with the truth, he intentionally ignores it and deals with the suffocating feeling of failing to live as his true authentic self. Owen's character is quite frustrating in the sense that he is incredibly passive, so much so that he doesn't really end up doing anything of substance with his life. He is incredibly repressed and is willing to completely ignore the idea that he is meant for something bigger, that he is actually very powerful, and that if he takes a leap of faith, that he can live his authentic life. This film is an allegory for the trans experience. The director Schoenbrun is trans and has discussed how Owen and Maddie's journey in the film is very similar to how it feels to be living as a trans person, living in a body that is familiar yet not familiar at all. Maddie and Owen represent the queer experience, especially the queer experience in adolescence. As I was watching the film, I was transported back to being a young kid watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer for the first time. I was completely obsessed with the show and used the show to fight the monotony of being a socially anxious homeschool kid. The characters in the show meant a lot to me because they were my friends. I was living vicariously through their experiences. I was delighted to see how much Buffy the Vampire Slayer meant to the director of this film. This film has so many layers to it. I think it's a great reminder not to be passive in your own life, to take risks, being true to yourself. This film is not for everyone. It's not a mainstream movie, and it leaves a lot to be debated. I feel like multiple people could see this movie at the same time and walk away with completely different ideas. I believe the end of the film is also up for debate. It's either a hopeless situation or there is still time. I think this is a beautiful movie about what it's like to be a young adult and not truly know who you are yet. The soundtrack is amazing. The visuals are beautiful. I highly recommend this movie. Thanks so much for watching.